All right, guys, it is Friday, and we're at the end of the week here. This might be the last video that I do this week with the holiday weekend coming up. So if you celebrate Easter, happy Easter to you. But I wanted to show you this guy here. He is the snake that is currently up for our flash sale. $500 plus shipping. He is half off. So he's a double het DG pied. A lot of cool genes in him. I actually wanted to show you his parents to show you that he's got some really cool genetics in him. So this is his dad. His dad is directly from Aussie. I bought him as a hatchling. He is a super OD yellow belly leopard enchi pied, 66% albino, which I will never try to prove out probably. And he actually turned out to be fire as well. So that's what the dad looks like. Very cool looking snake. Probably the prettiest pied that I have. I've actually thought about maybe selling him this year because I don't really plan on using him for anything with where my projects are going. But I don't know. I'm on the fence because he's a very nice snake. He's very friendly. And he's probably one of the prettier snakes I have to show people when they come over, if they're sort of afraid of snakes and they want to see that cool, like, bright orange creamsicle colored pied. And this is his mom. She is a super inchy butter DG. This is honestly one of the prettiest DGs that I have ever seen, especially for being such a simple combo. You know, some of you might hate the word, but she has a very creamy look to her. So she is a really beautiful snake. And I'm curious to see, I don't know what I'm going to breed her to this season because she's taken a while to get back on food, so she might not be bred this season. But if she does start eating a little better, I don't know what to pair her up to. Obviously, it's going to be a visual DG probably to try to get some more DGs out of this clutch, out of this girl. But we'll see. But she's a beautiful snake. So the flash sales, as I was doing them last week, are basically, I will, one or two at a time, I'll be putting these snakes up at up to 50% off. Depends on the snake, depends on their genetics and whether or not I feel like I can sell them for half off. But he starts it off. So he's a double het DG pied. He's started off pretty well here. Very, very valuable for DG pied projects, for DG projects, for pied projects. He's 100% double het, so there's no pos hets here. And once he sells, then I will probably list one of my other available snakes at up to 50% off throughout the weekend. So this is a steal of a deal. His brother actually just got picked up by Nick from Red Barn Reptiles. He's in my Patreon. He's stopped by. He's been a customer for quite a few years. He's picked up animals from me quite a few times. And he just picked up his brother. So he's the last double het DG pied I have. So he is, as of right now, when this video posts, he is still available. He is a very good eater. He's currently eating live ASFs, and he's eating them pretty every week. Never misses a meal, even when he's in shed, he eats them. So, I'm making sure my video camera is still recording. It is. So, as to what else is going on in here today, nothing crazy. It's Friday. It's the end of the week. I know, I think we showed this yesterday, but this male here at a different angle, he's 100% locked up right now to this female, so we're looking for some you know, three or four gene clown pieds out of this clutch. This is Wolverine here. If you're an X-Men fan, he's one of my cooler looking snakes. I am still waiting for this ultramale female to shed. Her eyes aren't very milky anymore, so I'm expecting her to shed very soon. I don't know if there's anything else going on here that's extremely exciting at this point. This week's pretty much rolling up here. We're getting to the end of the week. The one thing that I kind of wanted to talk about a little bit was just incubation. I see a lot of people, especially people that are using the hatch trays, that are still putting media, you know, perlite, vermiculite in the tubs. And I can tell you right now that it is 110% completely unnecessary to use any sort of media if you're using a hatch tray. the whole entire year last year, all I did was fill these tubs with water. As you can see right here, I fill it up, maybe an inch at the most, because you don't want it touching the bottom side of the eggs. As you can see, like, they're indented where the eggs go, so it goes down a little bit below the top of the tray. But that much water, you don't need media for it. There's no need to put media in there. Don't waste your time, don't waste your space buying giant bags of perlite or having to clean it up and throw it out. All you need is water in the bottom of your tubs. I did this the entire season last year. I had between 25 and 30 clutches. It worked perfectly well for all of those clutches. Adding a dry media to a puddle of water does not change the humidity level at all in these tubs. As long as you have your press and seal on here, it's going to hold in this humidity. So it is completely unnecessary to use media if you're using hatch trays. It's like one of those things, sometimes in this hobby, people kind of get accustomed to doing things their own ways, or they have their own superstitions about how they should do things. But, there's also at some point in time where it's just kind of, I don't know, silly to keep doing things the way you want to do them just because you want to do them that way. I decided last year, you know what, I'm going to see if there's any need to have perlite in these anymore. And there wasn't. The humidity doesn't change. The water's in there regardless. All you're doing by putting perlite in is putting in a dry solid into a body of water. Why is that going to change the humidity levels in there? It's not going to help you retain humidity either. That may have been applicable in the past before people used press and seal. That was probably retaining the moisture better so that it wasn't a body of water that was just evaporating immediately. But with the invention of press and seal and the widespread use of it in incubation, it's keeping that moisture, that water in there. And I bet you it probably doesn't evaporate at all if you have it sealed properly. So the media doesn't play any part in incubation at this point if you're using a hatch tray and if you're using press and seal. So it's not necessary. Don't waste your money on it. Don't waste your garage space on it. Get rid of it. It's not necessary. Like I said, I used it the whole entire year last year. I did not have any issues with incubation. And you can actually tell how much moisture is in that tub because you can see the water level. If you see that the water level is starting to evaporate, you know that, wait, this isn't sealed right and I need to put more water back in. You'd have to physically take the egg tray out and actually touch the vermiculite or the perlite if you had it in there and had it soak up the water to see if it was actually still wet, or you'd have to have a humidity gauge in there. You don't need any of that with this. It makes it very simple. If you see water in the tub, you know that there's humidity in there. So make your life easier. Just do it that way. That's sort of my rant for today on that stuff. So if I don't make another video, I hope everybody has a fantastic Easter, enjoys the weekend. I'm hoping that up here in Pittsburgh it stays a little dry, so we can go outside and have an Easter egg hunt on Sunday. So we'll see you next week.